Hello, I'm Jim Lampley, and welcome to the Fight Game Overtime. If you've seen the December edition of TFG, you know that Michelle Beadle delivered a fascinating, broad-ranging interview with Freddie Roach, which was taped at the Wildcard Gym in Hollywood. Here now, more of that terrific conversation.
Right now at Wildcard Boxing Club in Los Angeles, joined by six-time Trainer of the Year, Freddie Roach. Did you notice it? There was something different in this training camp as Manny headed into Algieri fight?
Yeah, definitely. Usually when I get there, the first day of mitts are usually about 4 to 6 rounds. First day this time was 12.
Oh.
And I says, okay, now where are we going to go from here? Because we usually end at 12. So he was on fire from day one. I mean, he was really explosive. He was happy, he was smiling. You know, I wear a chest protector, so, you know, I need a new one, like twice as thick, you know. I mean, that fucking hurts. I do that, though, so the fighter doesn't have to take it easy on me, because I want him to do it like he does in a fight, because whatever you do in the gym is what you will carry over to a fight. And I don't want my fighters going easy with me or their opponents. And he says, we should go back to the heavy bag and work more in the heavy bag. So we did 6, 8, 10 rounds in the heavy bag every other day also. And that brought back a lot of his strength and his speed. And it's just like, when Manny Pacquiao hits a heavy bag, it's like someone shooting a machine gun, you know. He's just like gonna break the bag in half and so forth. So we just went back to like old school, back to what we did. It was a perfect training camp.
I have some words here, and now I'm very excited to hear what you have to say about some of these. So I will start with Miguel Cotto.
Great guy. You know, I got a phone call, and he said, Freddie, this is Miguel Cotto. I think I have like 3 fights left in me. Can you help me, you know? And last time I saw Miguel, he was fighting Pacquiao, and me and him almost got in a fist fight. He came, he worked hard. For a guy at his age to want to work that hard and learn new things, his last 2 fights, he's fought better than ever. I'm glad to be part of that, and I hope to be part of his next fight real soon.
Julio Cesar Chavez Jr.
I think the little competition between him and his dad, you know, the thing is, but he'll never be what his dad was.
Right.
Okay, but because his dad was, you know, he's one of the greatest fighters of all time. Julio, but his son's a good fighter though. He's a world champion, solid guy. The first 3 or 4 fights we had together, he was the perfect student. He never said no to me once, and sometimes he would even ask for more. And then in the Martinez fight, he showed up at the gym 5 times. I'm not sure what happened. And he calls me up and says, Freddie, I'm ready to come back. I said, well, you know where I am. I said, I'm not hard to find. You just show up at my gym and I'll train you. But he hasn't showed up yet.
Bernard Hopkins.
Bernard Hopkins, a little bit crazy. I trained him for a couple of fights. He's a funny guy, you know. He just bit off more than he could chew in the last fight. It was just, I thought he would get knocked out in the first round, but the thing is, I just think Kovalev was just too much for him.
I'm glad you brought that up. How about Sergey Kovalev?
Great guy, trained in my gym. Really nice to have him here. A gentleman, good puncher. I've called a couple of his fights. Sometimes I worry about it, his style and so forth, but then he fought the perfect fight against Bernard. He outboxed him. He didn't go for the knockout like he usually does. I really like what he did in that fight.
Did that surprise you to see that from him?
Yeah, you know, because usually he goes for the kill. I mean, this guy is a great puncher, and you know, but the thing about great punchers, when they go for it, sometimes they put themselves in harm's way, and they can be knocked out also. I've seen him hurt a couple of times, make mistakes like that. I was worried about him making that mistake with Bernard, but he didn't, and it was a good game plan. He stuck to it.
Ruslan Provodnikov.
Ruslan's a great guy, great puncher. He just, he's a man's man. He's just like, you know, up in Siberia, he's telling me how when he goes hunting and they shoot they hunt for food and they kill the moose and they eat the moose meat raw right there on the spot because it makes you strong. I think some vitamins might be a better idea.
Like I'm gonna do smoothie or something else. That's nice. Tim Bradley.
Sometimes I think like this guy's like an average fighter. I don't think he's great at anything, but I think he's very good at some things. So He's made a lot of money. He has a lot of great wins. He's great to me. I mean, he's fun to watch all the time. He comes to fight. I like him.
Gennady Golovkin.
You know, I've only seen him fight once, and he has maybe the best footwork in boxing. He keeps himself in the good positions about 90% of the times. When you do that, you're winning the fight 90% of the time, and that's why he's where he is today. I think maybe he needs to fight a little bit bigger names right now and get a little more known by the American public. I think he'll be a star.
Terrence Crawford.
Good young fighter coming up, real nice guy. You put someone in front of him and he rises to that occasion. He kind of fights at what level his opponent is. He's a good fighter, very solid, a very good champion.
Juan Manuel Marquez.
You know, he's so happy that the way the last fight ended. I mean, we want one more time. You know, we want to get payback. And he won't talk. He won't come to the table. So I think he's being smart because he doesn't want to get knocked out by Pacquiao. He landed the best shot ever. And the thing is, I'm not going to say he got lucky in the fight because he threw the right punch at the right time and he caught my guy. And that's part of boxing.